Well, good morning. Well, afternoon, barely. Just taking a break from what I was doing and giving you version 2 of the parting, reverse parting tool holder for the Harrison lathe. Oh my gosh, Dan, that thing is huge. Yes. I've added some new features. Added another feature on the bottom. So this is going to line up with the cross slide, so it's going to be indexed. This is all in plastic. This is just prototype. This is not what I'm going to use, okay, before anybody gets excited. And I really got to thinking about it and having that epiphany that we all have and saying, you know what, I've got plenty of mass here. Why don't, because I was trying to worry about the bolts and the center line and all this other stuff. So, you know what, there's plenty here. Let's just design in some slots and then we'll just mount it that way. So if you'll see the height of it it's the same. I've added a little more mass to it because there's some other ideas I have, and this thing might be able to kind of like a staging area for some stuff. Don't laugh. How many of you guys have a cup holder running up and down with your carriage? I know it's a bad idea, but hey, it's fun. Let's have fun with it. Camera mount, probably. Obviously, index mount, or excuse me, a clock gauge and or a dial indicator for us North American guys. Basically mount it right. Why not? It's right there. It can come off and on in just a couple minutes. I'll take you out to the lathe and show you. But just a quick update on this one. Here's where I was. And saying, okay, that's great. Here's where the bolts were. It's like, well, I didn't like that. And then the other part was trying to drill a hole straight for that distance with a pretty tight tolerance. With my skill set, not going to happen. So this, the mounting of this is going to be right in line with the tool. So I think as far as force goes, this is going to line up, square this with the carriage every time, and then the bolts are going to be right in line with the tool. I'm toying with the idea of adding one more over here, but I think I'll try it first and see if there's any need, because I could actually do another one of those insets here and actually have a slot over there. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to need it. I think I'm going to have more than ample. These are M8s. So we'll bolt that down, and it's going to be locked from twisting. I'll just use the table edge here for argument's sake. So if it moves that thing, I'm really going to break that little tool long before that ever happens. Cool part is I did play around with casting the threads in when I did the 3D print, and worked okay. I mean, it's not anything you're going to use, but as far as for prototyping, hey, they worked fine. I mean, the bolt's right there. It's holding the tool in position. Tool height, again, is pretty much dead on as near as my eyeballs can see. I'll show you. But I think I like it. Again, I've got, you know, some huge chunks of aluminum that it's almost more work to bring them down to a smaller size than it is to leave them bigger and then leave this mass there. I think I've got plenty of room. I'll take you out to the lathe and we'll give you a show. Okay? Bring you right back. Okay. Got it back out on the lathe, and just for a quick one, these are not the right height, but this edge is going to go right up against that edge of the cross slide, and it's going to bolt right down. The height of it, again, this is all in plastic. This is not the final issue, but bringing it back in again, I mean, again, it's not super tight, but it's pretty much spot on. I did add a little bit more based on a viewer suggestion to give myself a little bit of adjustment space if I need to in the near future. But it seems to be right on. And with that clearance, I mean, it's going to be able to go past center without any obstruction. So if I'm anywhere down here, I'll be able to do the work without causing it any drama with the part running on center. And with this one, there is no overhang. The tool is in line with the edge of the cross slide. So from that, I will be able to come up right up to the chuck without causing it any drama, because I don't think there's any way I'm going to get any impact from there. Additional ideas, you know, there's always your dial indicators, and you've got your mounts, and you're setting everything up. Why can't I just go ahead and look at some of this real estate? I know it's huge, I know it's overkill, but I was thinking I might be able to take that and adapt a few options on there where I don't have this stuff in my way. So, dial indicator on center, and you can pull in and out as necessary. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I very doubt that I'm going to be turning anything that huge. Okay, if I am, I'm probably going to be using the Sydney lathe, but it will go on and tighten. I can get a ratchet wrench in the space right here, just enough clearance to get in there and do just a couple, because it's going to be fairly snug. Bring it right in, and then it's going to be done. Now, could I take off half of it? Absolutely. But with the material that I'm working with, it probably almost more work to take that off with limited possibility of using it on something else. So, just looking at it, I thought I'd share with you the update, because I just was looking at the other one and saying, oh yeah, it might work, but I think this will be better. So again, any viewer ideas or thoughts, please throw them down in the comment section, and we'll bring you back when we get to making this out of actual metal this time. Well, the 3D printing, to me, it works pretty nice to do this, set it so I can actually see it in my physical as opposed to just seeing it on paper. So again, the cost to do this one, I don't know, if I've got $5 in plastic filament, that would be a lot. Probably more like $2 or $3, and then the power to run the tool. So not really expensive, but I do get a chance to see it, and then actually take real measurements off of a real thing, as opposed to being restricted just to a print. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll bring you back when we get working on the next phase.